Brenda, which is why we actually look as gorgeous as we do. This morning, if I might say, Fanny went off to the local supermarché and came back with some pumpkins. Now I can tell you with considerable degree of experience that when Fanny comes up with a recipe, it's pretty damn good. So, it's over to you, darling.
Well, thank you. May I say you look absolutely fantastic for this edition, dear?
Yes, so do you.
You really do. You're gorgeous.
Let's have a little lesbianism later.
All right, dear. Okay. So, as Brenda was just saying, what we've got here is a gorgeous little pumpkin. Now, many of you may feel this is just something, you know, for the children, for a sort of celebration, sort of weekend with a bit of sort of costume and that sort of stuff. But actually, in all seriousness, you can eat it and it's delicious. So, many of you might be a bit frightened of it because obviously it looks a bit big and tough. So before we really go any further, I'll just quickly show you how to tackle it. Now, it's not that difficult, really. These are quite small in fairness, but what I'm going to first do is just make a bit of an incision in there and just cut all the way around. There are all sorts of ways of doing this, but really you'll see it's quite simple. It's not as intimidating as it looks, unlike you, Brenda. But never mind. So as you can see, the top just comes off there like that, and once you've got the top off, you'll see there's all sorts of stringy bits and pieces inside with some pips and so forth. Now, by the wonders of modern day television, here's what I prepared earlier, which essentially I've done all the scraping already.
You've done the lobotomy.
I've done that, and literally the whole lot just comes out like that. And once that's all gone, and for the vegetarians amongst you, you can dry and eat these gorgeous little pumpkin seeds if you really want to. I'll probably put them in the compost, but you know, that it is a personal decision. And there we have it, a lovely little cleaned pumpkin. So as I was just saying, Brenda, wasn't I? We start with our beautiful little pumpkin here, but what makes it really rich and creamy and spicy and wintry, because we are coming into that time of year now, aren't we?
We are.
Over here you can see a collection of gorgeous little ingredients, which I'll show you what they are in 1 second. So starting off with about 300 ml of double cream. I've just topped it up with a bit of full fat milk. We don't want it too rich, and that goes in the saucepan here, look. Okay, so that's the basis of your sauce. We'll just switch the heat on now, look. Sort of a medium flame. So after the milk's gone in, we get some gorgeous garlic in. I've got 4 or 5 cloves, but you can be as generous as you like, really. And I love garlic, so that's just going in there like that. So a nice squish. Another couple, I think, for today. We're not going to be kissing anybody tonight, are we, Brenda? That's for sure. Oh. So, I think probably one more. Oh, come on, let's have 2. Fantastic. So, once we've got our garlic in, that's really, oh yes, that's smelling fantastic. So once we've got that in, I'm going to grate a bit of fresh nutmeg. Now it doesn't matter if you've only got the already grated nutmeg, but I do like to smell that fresh gorgeousness. That's looking and smelling fantastic. Trust me, it really is already. Okay, so that's enough of that. And on top of that, I've just got about half a teaspoon, or teaspoon again, depends on how you like it, of chilli flakes. They're going in there like that. And I've got some beautiful fresh sprigs of thyme here, look. And do you know something? I'm just going to drop those in. I know that's a bit lazy, and it looks quite attractive as well, doesn't it?
Yes.
And let's face it, we need things to look attractive with us, don't we?
Around here we do.
All right. So, as you can see, that's coming together nicely. And then last but not least, a gorgeous bit of seasoning. Don't be frightened of seasoning. You've got all that really pumpkin as well, so it's not just the sauce you're seasoning. So there's a good couple of pinches of nice crunchy sea salt there. And in here, as you can see, we've got some freshly cracked black pepper. And again, don't be frightened of that. Good pinch of that, because again, it's not just the sauce, it's the whole dish that we're seasoning. Okay, so once that starts to gently get warm, a bit of a stir. So we'll come back to that when it's all boiling.
Oh, right.
All right. Okay, so now we've had this up to the boil, and you can see it all creaming and just beginning to look a bit foamy there. What we do is just take it off the heat and literally then just pour that into there like that. Look at that, doesn't that look special? And then into that, what I've got here is about 100 grams of finely grated mixture of Parmesan and strong cheddar, just finely grated, look. So I think I'm going to put about half of that in there, look, just to begin with. Okay. I might give that a little bit of a stir. It doesn't really need it. It'll all melt together, won't it?
Yes.
A bit like your makeup, dear.
It is.
So once that's on, we'll just pop the little lid on, look. Doesn't that look cheerful and festive?
It does.
Makes up for you, dear. Here we go there, look. Now that is on an oven of about 150. Okay. So once that's gone in there, that just cooks for an hour and a half at 150. It's quite a low oven really, but it just goes gently and the pumpkin will wilt down and the flesh inside will go all gorgeous. So, for the final moment of today where we see what's in this gorgeous hot oven, and here we go. Oh!
Good heavens, look at
that,
Doesn't
everybody.
that look lovely?
Look at that, everybody. Look
at that.
That looks festive. And
It looks very festive and
it
very
does,
special.
very autumnal.
Yes.
Now you can just imagine that's being set down in a little nice posh dinner party, which you like, don't you?
I like posh dinner parties.
That's not quite my scene, that really, but
No, you're usually in a dark room.
in a darker place, that's true. But I think you'll all agree, in a lovely little bowl or a serving platter with all that gorgeous sort of caramelisation.
Yes.
That I think you'll all agree is perfectly
It's almost a fondue situation.
perfectly cooked, isn't it? Okay, so once this is all just sort of let to stand for a moment or two, I'm going to serve it out, and you can see how beautifully thick and creamy. And
Yes.
just gorgeous that is. Look.
Yes,
Oh.
it is. Oh, yes.
So we'll just take a little bit of
Oh,
pumpkin.
look at that.
Yeah,
oh,
look at that.
Yes.
A little bit of cream. Oh,
Look at that.
look. That looks absolutely wonderful.
Yeah,
doesn't
it does actually.
Orange.
Do we need any coriander on it?
Orange. No, I don't think we do. I think parsley, if anything, but I think this is just going to be so delicious as it is.
Yes, and those are the bits of thyme.
They are. You can take those out if you really want to, but I think most people are quite capable.
That's served with all the delicacy.
Here you are, look. Now,
Yes.
I know that looks slightly less
I'm
appealing,
sure
but
there will be food programmers everywhere looking on at the way we
Have
show
just
such
done this.
poise and elegance.
I know, dear, but look, this is home cooking, and I think what we've proved here is that you don't need smart, expensive things to really be delicious.
Yes.
And there we are, look.
Well, I'm looking forward to trying
A
this. dear.
lovely piece of bread, look.
Yes. Oh, yes.
Now, come on.
Yes, as a bit of presentation, that takes quite some equaling.
You are spiteful.
Yeah,
I've
I
spent
am,
all
aren't I?
afternoon doing this.
Yes.
You've been doing nothing but sunning yourself
I know.
on the sun lounger.
On an October day.
With the UV light on.
That's right.
Just try and help with your SAD. Honestly.
Yes, that's right.
And I've been here on my hands and knees
Hands
in the
and
kitchen
knees.
doing all of this. Oh,
Yes.
gosh. Right. So I'm going to have this while you go off and, well, do whatever the fuck you do.